Hey, it's Mike over at fishyourassoff.com, and today what we're talking about is speckled trout fishing with DOA lures. DOA lures is something I have tied on. Well, let me show you the exact lure. I have this lure tied on to one of my rods almost all the time because this 3-inch paddle tail shad from DOA will catch just about everything I fish for. My Fab 5, I'm a kayak fishing guide here on the Treasure Coast of Florida. Flounder, tarpon, redfish, speckled trout, snook. So this little lure right here, when you couple it with a jig head, now I use red jig heads and I don't know if they catch more fish, but I catch a lot of fish and I use red jig heads. So I don't see any reason to change. That's an 1/8 ounce jig head right there. You couple this with this and you just catch a ton of fish. I'm telling you. Get yourself a, this is glow, but get a white one or pearl or whatever it's called. There's white ones and there's glowy ones. And this one's just a more natural one right here. A little darker but more natural. And if the water is super murky, I'll go with something really dark, more like a root beer or whatever the color this is. This is a new one I'm trying. This right here is 5.5 inches. It's a jerkbait. So this is a new one. I've never used these before. I didn't know they had a 5.5 inch bait. So I think this is going to be a perfect one for fishing when the speckled trout are feeding on finger mullet. That's why I got these. But let me show you some more products of theirs first. Well, I just showed you the jerkbait. They have a 4-inch jerkbait too. DOA does. Let's see. Yeah, so here's the glow version of it, of the 5.5 inch jerkbaits. And you're going to couple those. You're going to rig them up weedless with something like this. That's a 4/0. You hook right there, or a 5/0. I probably should go 5/0 for those bigger jerkbaits, those 5.5 inches. But yeah, that's what you're doing. You rig them weedless. You can rig these weedless too if you want to fish the mangrove roots or bounce them in the grass or things like that. But let me show you another one. DOA shrimp right there. So that's one of the best fake shrimp that are out there. There's more good ones coming around. But what's so great about it is it stays horizontal. Because you never really see a shrimp, dangling like this in the water or like this in the water, right? They're like this in the water. They're horizontal. And they're weighted in such a way that they just really kind of, just like this. So at an angle instead of like this, they're more like this is the way they're coming down in the water column. So the very, very realistic presentation with these. And a great way to fish these, or actually a great way to fish these and these, is to couple them with a rattle cork. And right there. There's all kinds of different rattle corks. Sometimes you need a more subtle presentation. You need less noise. Sometimes you need more noise. Here's a different kind. It's got the concave top. It's got little rattles in there. I hope you can hear this. Little rattles. So this concave top that it has, when you jerk in the water, and just, the speckled trout are like, what is that? And they, there, what's that? And they go up there and they're like, and your bait's hanging down from them. Like, food. And they eat it. This really works. This is a great way to fish. So you got your popping cork, and you have, 18, 24 inches. Sometimes I'll go as much as say 36 inches, with the popping cork, but anything deeper than that is too hard to cast and all that stuff. And I'm just going to go with a straight jig, just gonna have a straight jig with these, and either swim it or bounce it on the bottom, whatever I'm doing, just to get it, whatever the part of the water column where the fish are. So if it's by docks, if I'm on the deep end of the dock and they're in the top part of it, I might use the popping cord, or I might just reel these things in. You just reel them in because the paddle tail gives us so much action on the 3-inch shad that you don't need to do much. Just something like that. Oyster bars. A lot of times I'm fishing in real skinny water when I'm around these oyster bars, so 3 feet or less. So you can do either or. You can have your popping cork is a good way to do it so you don't get snagged and lose all your jigs on the bottom. And if you got a ton of jigs, bounce them on the bottom or swim them on the bottom. But oysters take a lot of lures. So that's up to you. Wherever the fish are biting best. Mangroves. Around the mangrove roots at high tide is such a good time to fish with these. You can rig one of these weedless. You can send your jerkbait up in there. You can send your shrimp up in there, but these aren't weedless, so you're going to lose a lot of these. But as that water rises, the snook, the redfish, the speckled trout, the flounder, all of them go inside those mangrove roots. They're all like this, the roots in the water, because there's crabs and little baby fish and shrimp, and they can go finally get at them because the water's high enough for them to get in there. That's another great place to catch all those fish and speckled trout. Mud flats. I love a mud flat, by some tidal something or other creek, or at the mouth of a tidal creek or something like that. It's like a mud flat, and there's a cut in between them where it funnels the fish to me. I love that. You cast up current and use any of these that you want, wherever the trout are, however you want to do it. And just work it back with you with the current. And I'm telling you, great place. Tidal creek, same difference, yeah. With the current. And of course, grass flats. Grass flats and speckled trout go together like college football and chicken wings. It's hard to beat that combination. So you can fish them any way you want, right? You don't want them in the grass, but you want them right above the grass. You can just reel them and just have it swimming straight across the grass, or some sort of jig action. I think the jig action works best. If you have these things rigged weedless, well, you can let it go into the grass, but usually you don't have to. They might be hiding in the grass, but they're expecting to have to swim up to get something, so you don't have to be actually in the grass with any of these. But these are all just such great. DOA lures make some excellent speckled trout lures. You really can't go wrong. If you put these 3 things in your tackle box, you can catch all the fish that you want to catch out there on the flats. You just need different weights of the jig heads, in case you're fishing deeper or there's more current or something like that. But I like DOA. I know I'm kind of partial to them. I'm not sponsored by them. They don't pay me. But I'm here on the Treasure Coast, and they're literally 30 minutes up the street is where they are. They're in Stewart. I'm in Port St. Lucie. So, I'm kind of rooting for the local guy, I guess. But go to our website, www.fishyourassoff.com. We have all kinds of videos like this, how-to videos and articles and things like that to help you catch more fish. Snook, tarpon, speckled trout, flounder, whatever. It's all covered in there. I think that's it for today. I think I covered everything I wanted to cover. So until next time, we'll see you then. All right, bye-bye.